Hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to Unbearable 73. Now it's time for my full season 1 review of Outer Range. Full spoilers, all out. So I'll open up with my full spoiler follow-ups to episode 8, continue where I spoke in the previous part spoiler review, and then flow right into my thoughts for the whole season. Okay, let's get into it. Royal's quest to kill Autumn wound up with him putting Amy into her bed. What? That's not enough for you guys? Okay, it all involved a gigantic, gravity-defying herd of time buffalo that were dug out of by hand from the past. Still don't explain it? Okay, Royal, in his quest to kill Autumn, wound up chasing Autumn and Billy's pickup truck, having started a gunfight with both of them in town and engaging in a gunfight as they drove down the road. While that was happening, Sheriff Joyhawk had walked through time, Xena-esque maybe, apparently, comment on that, I'll have some comments on that later, and began to following a giant herd of buffalo. Eventually she arrives at a location where American Indians were living along the river and hunting the buffalo. So now we know, from knowing about this is time travel, she's in the past. We know that now. Meanwhile, Luke, the sane Tillerman, and I use that term loosely, because last episode he decided out of the blue just to murder his father because Wayne left the ranch and business sold to his brother Billy. And this episode, he basically joins the Tillerman Crazy Train too. Billy tells Luke that he can have the ranch as long as he stops trying to kill their dad. Luke tells his mom they tried to kill Wayne. She basically ignores it, instead urging him to dig up whatever valuable material is on that land that Wayne had wanted, where the void hole used to be. So Luke goes out into the pasture, and for the rest of the episode, he's digging and digging. So multiple times he's getting deeper and deeper in the hole, okay? Unrealistically deep. There's no way a regular person could dig that hole that he dug. But anyway. Until finally, he strikes time. Gushing out of the hole. And you see two, like a human hand or two, I think? And then a herd of buffalo charge out and back to Royal, chasing Billy and Amy. Royal pulls off a shot to the head, ending Billy Tillerman and sending his truck on the road. Now, they're careening wildly down the road, so this is an impressive shot. Okay, he gets out to finish off Autumn, and those time buffalo charge right across where Royal is stuck in amber. Okay, and he survives by jumping into the wreck of Billy Tillerman's truck, and Autumn survives somehow. Okay, and the buffalo keep charging on. Meanwhile, at the rodeo, Royal has been there, but then Amy got a call on her cell phone, which turned out to be from Autumn, which led to what I just described Royal doing. So that's how the whole chain of Royal hunting down Autumn and Billy started. Okay? So now we'll follow what happened at the rodeo. Rhett is competing for the championship. He's doing well. He has a really good ride. Then he falls and seemingly does something bad to his shoulder. And that's where we stand when Amy goes wandering off into the crowd and just disappears. Cecilia runs off chasing her. She has a great acting scene between her and the guy who played whatever that police officer was, where Cecilia just loses it. Her whole family's gone, and now Amy is gone. She just has a breakdown like right there. It's a great scene. And we see Amy running off, and a woman appears and calls to her. Turns out it's Amy's mother, Rachel, and she tells Amy to come with her and they have to go somewhere. Right? That's the last we see of Rachel in this episode. Rhett, having won the rodeo, despite his broken shoulder, which you hear crunch as he moves it, and his shoulder was so bad that they actually had to put his hand on the bull for him and tie it down. He couldn't do it himself, okay? He was able to hold on with that arm to the buffalo, to the bull. Anywho, he decides that he's done with the Abbott Ranch, done with living there. He's going to leave home, and he wants to be with Maria. He tells her he loves her, and he's going to leave with her. So it seems like and then they drive away. I don't know if they're leaving town, if they're trying to go to the Abbott Ranch or wherever. But just as they're driving away, those pesky time buffalo charge across them, smashing their truck into a post, and then continue charging on. And they had to be going towards the Abbott Ranch because of what you're about to hear. So, meanwhile, then they flash back to Royal, who gets up after he had hit in the wreck of Billy's car. So the time buffalo didn't run him over. So he gets up to check to make sure Amber's dead. She's not. But he sees a scar on her forehead. A scar which is identical to Amy's scar. So Royal concludes that Autumn is in fact an older Amy, which Given that Royal himself is a time traveler, it makes sense to him and to us. So he picks her up and takes her back to the Abbott Ranch, putting her in, well, our bed. Downstairs, Cecilia says their family is gone, that Amy is gone. Roy, after telling her his back history while she is saying that stuff, says, no, Amy's not gone. And then they close the seas, and we see the pressure cooker on the stove start to rumble, 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 and we hear vibration, and we hear what I'm pretty sure is hooves, and I'm pretty sure the time buffalo are charging the Abbott Ranch. Yeah. Now, as comedically as I might have described that, it might lead to the conclusion, it's, you know, it actually is fairly well put together as an episode. It just sounds really stupid when you summarize it. However, based on the time buffalo and Joy Hawk's travels, it's fairly obvious there's some sort of mineral substance under that land, the mountain and everything, that just messes with time. Because remember that callback, I think it was in the 7th episode, where that guy tells Joy Hawk to go, and that's how Joy got to the ranch. She's got the other missing people out there. I have a feeling the time wonkiness is causing people to go missing. So that's our long-term plot thread, I think. Okay. So periodically it must bubble up and erupt and lead to things like Royal and Amy/Autumn being time travelers, or the Tillermans going nuts, or other missing people. You know. Now I honestly don't know how to take this season. Lost in the X-Files burnt bridges for me when it comes to this style of storytelling. On the other hand, Fringe was reasonably well done. Even if it did not quite finish as strongly as it started, it still finished well. So it's worth sticking around for one more season to see if we get more than just this opener where they just bathe you in a mystery with no real answers. Or in other words, in season 2, will the story move forward, or just more bait and switch like the X-Files or Lost, where they just kept, or that Battlestar Galactica boot, where they just kept rebooting things and never answering questions, never solving things. You know, just ignoring what happened last season and restarting the plot in a different way again. Yeah. So we'll have to see. I will admit, Luke digging that hole and seeing hands and a giant fucking herd of time buffalo come out was shocking and pretty cool. Something else must be going on as well. I wonder if we're going to get a tie-in to American Indian lore, just because the buffalo seem way more aware than real buffalo should be. The murder plot was a drag on the season. We have a lot of no way outs, so to speak, when it comes to the characters involved in that plot. I think they need to use time travel mechanism to get out of it somehow. The quality of the show is outstanding. All the production values, the acting, and so forth. It would all be awfully wasted if they didn't move the plot forward in a good way. Overall, I'm going to give the season a 7.5. I recommend you watch it, and I was hoping for a good season 2. Comment down below if you have any questions for me about this video or the series or whatever. Please share your thoughts. Share this video if you enjoyed it. Like if you like. Dislike if you dislike. Subscribe if you want to hear more from me. My name is Matt. This has been Unbearable 73. Have a nice day, and I am out of here.